it's Karen here. Today's session is a little different. Today we are going to really focus on Pilates for stress relief. I'm going to imagine you've been at your desk most of the morning, perhaps you've had a bit of a stressful meeting, you feel a little bit all up here into your neck and you just need to wind down. This is what we are going to do today, and we're going to focus on three things. Some breathing techniques to just help calm down your nervous system, to help really switch on that parasympathetic nervous system. We are going to focus on some grounding and mindful techniques just to bring you into the present moment, just to help you come back into yourself and ground yourself. And the other thing we're going to do is some gentle Pilates movement, nothing too stressful. All of the exercises that I like to share if you just want to feel that you've opened up through the shoulders, loosened up some of those knots. So by the time you finish with me, hopefully you will feel like a new person. Now, I would like you to come down onto a comfy surface. That could be a mat, that could be a blanket on the floor, it could be a rug. I've got a pillow with me today as well to help. And I just want you to start seated. Sit where you're comfortable. If you find sitting like this is really uncomfortable for you, just pop a cushion under your bottom, it will make all the difference. Or you could do these seated on a chair. And we're going to just start thinking about your shoulders. Just loosen up those shoulders and then shrug them nice and quickly up and down. One of the things we're going to try and do is just take some of this tension away here. So I want you to just let your jaw come from side to side. I can't do that and talk. So I am a massive clencher grinder. I wear a guard at night to help me, so I totally understand about this tension in the back of your jaw. So I want you to just tap it for me with your fingers. It's just going to help you be a bit more conscious of that area. There you go. And then just bring it down here as well. Just going to release some of that tension through the jaw. And again, back to your... And as you do that, your shoulders start to release a little bit more. Now, if you just roll your shoulders for me, noticing any crunches or clunks and being aware of how your body feels is so important. Sometimes people come to my classes and they're just like, oh, I had no idea I was so stiff. So we're going to just loosen up. There you go. Should we do it one at a time? Or allow that shoulder to move. And then around the other way. You may feel this up in your neck, you may feel it across the middle of your back. Then let your fingertips come out by your sides. I want you to press your fingertips down and try and feel you can lift the ribs upwards, but let your chin come down. So if it was sunny in here, you'd feel the sun on your chest. That's the feeling that we want to get. Breathe in, let your ribs come up. And then on your out breath, bring your hands together and round your back so your eyes come down to the floor. And we're going to turn your head from side to side. And then once more, fingertips down. Let those ribs lift up. Chin comes down. Big breath in. And then backs of your hands together and your eyes down towards the floor. I want us to come into a really nice breathing exercise. I'd like you to lie down on your mat. As you come on down, I will just show you this. If to start off with, you're a little tight through the lower back, you may find that lying down here feels uncomfortable. So a couple of things you can do. One would be to pop your knees together and your feet slightly wider than your knees. That allows your hips and your pelvis to relax a little bit more. The other thing that you could do would be to pop a cushion underneath your hips. That feels quite nice. It just lifts those hips up off the mat and will help your lower back to relax. What I don't want for you is to be lying here and just feeling really tense. But then as you lie here, slide the head out and away. You're going to lengthen out through the back of the neck. I want you to feel those shoulders soften. So as you lay down on the mat, before we come into our breathing, just becoming aware of what is touching the mat, so your touch points. So I can feel one foot down on the mat. Can you feel your foot? From the heels all the way round to the toes. Imagine the imprint your foot is making on the mat. What if the mat was slightly soft, warm sand and you can just see that little imprint, and then the same thing on the other side. We just gently press and press. And how are your feet feeling today? Are they cold? Are they warm? Have you remembered they're there? Just gently in and back. Now let's take our attention up to where our pelvis is touching the mat now. We'll just gently let it come from side to side. And can you let it rest? Feel like it gets heavy, particularly in the middle. Just that big chunky vertebra of your lower back, let it drop into the mat. And as you do that, you may even notice you start to get some connection through your tummy. Now trace your line up. This becomes like an hourglass now. So your pelvis is big on the mat, then it comes in, and then your ribs. So now allow your ribs to press down into the mat. Breathe in, feel the bottom rib down on the mat. Slide the head out and away from you so you lengthen through the back of your neck. Remember, we're always trying to feel we lengthen through the back rather than the front. So we just draw your chin in. And then what about your shoulders? What if the collarbone got wider and you could feel more of your shoulder blades on the mat and the backs of your arms and then the backs of your wrists? And then just take a few settling breaths here. We're going to breathe in and out, and whatever you feel is buzzing around your head, just for the next couple of minutes, I want you to park it. As thoughts pop in, just acknowledge, let them go. Nothing right now can be helped. Are you focusing on those things? I want you to focus on you, on your body. This is your moment and you are perfectly entitled to it. Just 10 minutes to yourself to breathe and to just de-stress, to feel better, to feel softer, to revive yourself, quieten down the mind. Give your processing centers in your brain a little bit of time out and a time to cleanse. So if you stay down on the mat for me, I want you now to think about your breath and about your breathing. And the first thing I want you to feel is that notice where you're breathing. There's no breathing police. I don't want you to breathe in a certain way. I just want you to notice your breath. Be aware of it. Are you breathing into your shoulders? Are you breathing down into your ribs? Can you start to become more conscious of breathing down into your ribs? So notice those ribs on the mat underneath you. We've just taken some time to feel them. Can you feel on your in-breath that imprint gets bigger and slowly comes back together? Can you relax your shoulders? Slowly breathe out. If it's easier for you to use nose and mouth when you're breathing, do that first. If you're able to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, you might feel that that's beneficial to you too. Quieten down. Just feel that peace as you start to breathe deeper. Now, what if you were to bring your hands onto your tummy? Let me come down and show you. And I want you to feel now that you can breathe into your ribs, but can you breathe down into your tummy using that diaphragm? Exhale, the tummy comes down, the ribs come down. Soften those shoulders again, quieten them down. Breathing in and out. Can we add a little bit of movement to your breath? Let your hands come down by your sides. What happens now, if you're going to breathe in again nice and slowly, and on your out breath, just push through one foot so you can feel your tail, your bum cheek on one side just rolls off the floor. We come back down as you breathe in. Exhale, push and lift and lower. Now, I'm always really conscious that I might count or breathe at a different speed to you. So just use my counts as a guide and breathe in and out in your own time. We just, on the out breath, feel that you gently press and roll and lower. And these little movements, they're so nice for the lower back. Come on down and then press and release. Back to your breath now, breathing in through your ribs, into your tummy. Slowly exhale, and as we lay here now, can you just wriggle that jaw? What about your eyes? Can you close your eyes? Feel like your eyes are heavy. They just come in towards the back of the mat. Gently loosen your forehead, wriggle your eyebrows. Do you have a headache that you haven't noticed? Try and lift the eyebrows. Let it go. Then we'll let your hands come back down by your sides. Breathing in. And now on your out breath, I want you to push through your feet and curl your tail under. Let me clarify. If I had a piece of string on my tailbone, I pull it towards me so the tail and the pelvis just lift off the mat. And then I slowly release back down. Breathe out, press through the feet, gently curl under. Inhale, come back down. Your main focus, and my main focus for you, is that you get some movement through your lower back. You're going to just feel those big vertebrae moving. Come in and come down. And then from here, those hands back down by your sides. Now, I want us to feel that we just lose the tension through your shoulders. How can we do that with Pilates? I want you to bring your fingertips up over your shoulders, like flagpoles. Breathe in, bring your arms up and over your head. And as you do that, notice your ribs lift off the floor. I want them to. And then on your out breath, press and push and feel like your ribs reconnect down with the mat. We're going to breathe in, bring your arms up. Exhale, those hands come back up. Now, what if we turn that into a little bit of box breathing? So where we breathe in, the arms come up over your head. Hold that in breath. Exhale, the hands come back up. Hold that out breath. Breathe in, those arms come up and over your head. Hold that in breath. Breathe out, the hands come up. Now you can slow this down. Shall we try? We're going to bring your arms up over your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that in breath. And exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that out breath. One more time. We're going to breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that in breath. And exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold that out breath. Then your hands come down by your sides. And we're going to take one knee and just let your knee come over your hip. As that knee lifts, what's happened to your shoulders? Soften the shoulders. Still feel that weight is even across the pelvis and through the ribs. As you breathe in, I want you to lengthen that leg out and away. As you exhale, you're going to bring that leg in towards you. We're going to breathe in, lengthen that leg out and away. Can you keep that pressure on your pelvis and your ribs? Exhale, that leg comes back in and back down. Other side. So just release, have a little wriggle, and we're going to breathe in, let that leg come out and away. Exhale, that leg comes up and in towards you. We're going to bend. Breathe in, that leg comes out and away. Exhale, that leg comes in. One more time, breathe in, that leg comes out. Exhale, that leg comes in, that foot comes down towards the floor. And then just to really feel a little bit more movement through the lower back, we're going to bring your ankle onto the knee. Can you bring your hand to your knee and just gently let your knee open up? Bring your hands down by your sides. What would happen if you just let your knee come across your body, over to the side, and then back up to where you started? We're not taking it all the way down. I just want you to feel that you breathe out, come across, breathe in, come on back. Again, we're going to breathe out, come across, breathe in, come on back. The foot comes down, the other leg comes up and over. Again, just reset so you're centered. Breathe out to come across, inhale to come back. And you may notice that one side feels a little stiffer or tighter than the other, but all these movements lovely for your lower back. Breathe out to come across, inhale to come back in, and then once more those feet down by your sides, pelvis down, ribs down, head and shoulders down. Can you bring your hands onto your tummy and just start to feel that breath once more comes into your hands, and slowly exhale. And if again you can just close your eyes, now just feel that top underneath your fingertips. What does the fabric feel like under your fingers? Are you hungry? Is it coming up to lunchtime? Are you thinking about what you're going to have to eat? And then take your mind back to how you feel right now. How do those socks feel? Can you touch the floor underneath you? Is it cold? Is it smooth? Is it rough? Gently release. And if your mind starts to wander, just bring it back. What can you hear? Can you hear rain, birds, cars outside, wind in the trees? And know it's okay for you to take a time out. Know that you are worth a moment to breathe. You are worth being looked after. And you are perfect exactly as you are. From here, let's just slowly come over onto your side. Take your time, particularly if your head is prone to feeling a little bit woozy, and come back to where is a comfortable seated position for you. And let's just bring your arm up. Take a big stretch over to the side. Breathe in and come back, and breathe in and come back, and let your hands come round and lift those ribs, opening up through your chest. And then from here, just let your hands come in and forwards. Bring your palms up and stretch. We'll take a big breath in. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be doing a few more of these more mindful, relaxing sessions, particularly in the run up to Christmas over the next few weeks. So do subscribe to the channel if you want these. They come out every Wednesday. I would love to know if these are helpful to you. If they are, just like, maybe share with someone you know who would really benefit from these sessions. And I'll see you next time.